in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports, Two Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
It's Friday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? Well, that means the Englishman, Justin Rose, is atop your master leaderboard.
Didn't have great of a showing today.
No one did.
But when you had an incredible day like yesterday, my Rory shot a 6 under today. That's really good.
Hey, but he's got 2 bogeys already, and no one that ever gets multiple bogeys in the Masters wins the Masters ever. So he's not gonna. The council does
no way that hasn't happened in 89 years.
The council doesn't deem you a master.
Are you doing an Illuminati thing for the Masters
and Star Wars?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, double. Was it maybe it's? Didn't he have 2 double bogeys? You can't win the Masters if you get 2 double bogeys.
You can win the Masters if you're 2 strokes back and you make the cut. So, yes, you can.
Dang.
There's a lot of studs left.
On my drive in, I was listening to, we're at the Horn YMCA. Come hang out with your boys. Come get fit.
Mm-hmm.
Got some guests today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Wes Torres is going to join us. He's the Curse Van. We talk about the big soccer this upcoming weekend, tomorrow that is. Also joining us at 5 o'clock, Teresa Tapia. She's going to talk to us a little bit about this weird boxing thing that was going on over at the pit.
You know, as plant-based, I love beans.
You think she's a plant?
I love beans.
Oh, okay.
And I want her to spill them to us.
This show's not a bean spilling show, but it's a refried show if you listen to us on Saturday mornings.
You're not wrong.
Isaiah Johnson's back at the studio, and if I've ever met a human being more ready for the weekend, I wouldn't be able to name one. Isaiah, welcome.
How you doing? Doing pretty good.
So I noticed that the sun is out, so your guns are out.
Mm-hmm. That is a good correlation. Also, I just need to do laundry.
Okay, undershirts only for Isaiah today.
Usually my undershirts are the first to go. I usually have a plethora of leftover dress shirts and button-ups.
A plethora?
Yes.
That was plethora.
Yeah, plethora.
So is this a caramel thing, or is it actually plethora? Or it's optional?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Last time I checked, this is America.
Plethora.
You get to say whatever word you want to say and how you want to say it.
Plethora, I think, is tactile items. Plethora is intellectual properties.
Plethora is the Greek goddess of leather.
Deal. The knockoff Greek goddess of leather, the pleather one, Plethora. Masters are underway. On the way in, I was listening to the Masters because that's my deal. Phil Mickelson hits it in the drink on 15, and they were like, the sixth golfer over the last 2 days. Why are so many people hitting it in the drink on 15?
It's incredibly hard.
No, not for the best in the world.
Golf is hard, and Augusta is the hardest course in the world.
The whole world?
Yes.
Dang. Does the world know about this? It's not the hardest one in the world. I've seen those videos of the ones in Scotland when the wind's blowing and stuff. Those ones are the hard ones.
Well, I mean, that's, condition dependent. But Augusta is incredibly hard on purpose. They make it the most difficult golf course in the world on purpose.
So, Van,
people keep signing up for it.
Is it
on purpose?
Is it condition or condition on?
Well, condition is what you put in your palm in the shower, make your hair nice and soft and silky.
I don't do that. I'm a natural oil.
Condition on is what Zay does at the barbershop. He can dish on anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
He's got the tea to spill,
Yep. And beans.
and the tea and beans. Now, Van, I know you left the house earlier today to come here to the Horn YMCA, and you because over your, I guess it's not directly over the top of your door, like players touching it before they leave the locker room to go play in a big game.
Okay.
But yours is right above where you keep your keys. Your picture of Rory McIlroy, like your little shrine that you have to him.
Yeah.
Did you do the Craig Biggio style little hand movements and kiss gesture to him on the way out, thanking him for being in the mix and stunting on these hoes?
So historically, obviously, because similar, very, very similar.
Yeah.
23andMe profiles.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan of Rory McIlroy, but he's kind of exposed himself as a D-bag the last couple of years.
Oh.
So I've lost fandom for him.
See, I thought you had a forever fandom.
So I know, obviously, you listened to every second of Fill in the Holes last week
I edited
when I predicted that Sahith Theegala
Oh, okay.
Would-
we're gonna do that
would
today?
make a run for it this year, because so there can be an Indian player wearing a green jacket as well.
If
So
you-
it could finally
yeah.
do the infinity stones of races of Masters winners. I wanted to complete the community college pamphlet of Masters winners.
Like the Captain Planet cast.
Correct.
Now, why are you sleeping
All
on
of the Power Rangers.
why are you sleeping on Rasmus Højgaard?
Mm.
You don't like the Denmarkian?
Well, I'm just scared to pronounce his name in public. I'm scared if I say it 3 times, it'll be like some spell from Harry Potter.
There is some there's some reaches of names in this one. The cat from Colombia. I got Nicholas down. I don't know anything about Icha Avaria. Is that correct? Is
See,
it-
that one's new to me as well.
Oh, he's doing
Yeah.
that thing today, sitting on the leaderboard. But yeah, I mean, I guess technically Sahith Theegala could win it, but he's American.
Right.
Yeah, looks the part.
Looks the part.
Looks the part.
Would not be able to get into
Yeah.
Augusta until very recently.
All right, friends of the
Let's
show.
make that clear.
That is accurate. Friends of the show, a little offline conversation between me and Van. Van has a home renovation project going on. I was available this weekend to help, and he said, "Do you think I'm doing a dang thing at my home renovation project? The Masters is on."
Correct. Masters Sunday is a holy day
He
for golf fans.
refused to make actual progress in his actual life
Yeah.
so that he could spend not just Sunday, the day he's referencing, both days,
Mhm.
potatoing on his couch, watching the Masters and watching Bryson DeChambeau birdie it out of bunkers.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up early in the morning, get ready, go golf, play actual golf
Okay.
while the tournament's warming up, just getting ready, getting feisty, getting loose out there. And then when it gets really hot and heavy in the afternoon, I'll be watching it. I'll be sipping some azaleas. It's the official drink of the Masters.
I don't know. Is that a plant?
It's vodka, lemonade, and grenadine. It's kind of, like Kentucky Derby has mint juleps. The Masters has azaleas. They are good.
Have you ever seen the media thing to get into the Masters? Have you seen the application process?
Yeah, also on a lottery. They
So
don't.
It's on a lottery.
Yeah, they don't care about your
Nope.
credentials.
Well,
Yeah.
some of them they do. So like ESPN, because they carry it Thursday, Friday.
Obviously, whoever carries it.
Yeah.
ESPN, CBS,
Westwood
Golf
One,
Network.
yeah, they all get a thing.
Mhm.
And then everyone else, you have to submit your golf cup. I just blasted my own knee on my own table in my own radio show. You have to submit your golf coverage over the year.
Mhm.
And then from there, if you qualify, so what does that even mean, right? Like, so whatever the credential
Yeah.
of that is. But I'll tell you what, it's not all graded equal, because you could host, I don't know, a weekly golf show in a top 50 media market
Yeah.
every Saturday morning like Van Nunley,
Mhm.
but you're not a hot blonde girl that makes TikTok shorts.
Correct.
So
Or wears.
wears.
Mhm.
So you and her might both enter the lottery.
Yes.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yes. My extremely professional, always on point, always poignant golf entertainment show with a professional golfer, a golf influencer, and myself, and obviously the preeminent sports entertainer, dare I say, the world.
The exact same pull as a YouTuber who creates mini golf playoff segment series and submits them to sums of fans.
Correct.
Yeah. Just not healthy.
We're on a lottery. Same chance. But I think next year I'll be a shoe-in. Next year okay. I didn't apply this year, but I think next year the show being over a year old, fill in the holes, not 2 men on, of course.
Yeah,
we're going on year 5.
Multiple years.
Year 5 coming
got
up.
a birthday coming up.
Yeah, June 1st. Super stoked.
Is that
Super
real?
Stoked. Yeah, season 5
Our anniversaries are right around the corner again.
coming up, baby. Time flies.
Oh God, my liver can't handle another anniversary.
Well, I mean, what you do, and if you know you're going to do some serious drinking,
Yeah.
you don't just go into it. Like, you can't just like build a base, have a big breakfast, have a bunch of, a big sandwich for lunch. Like, that doesn't count. What you have to do is, it's a series of days and weeks leading up, and you are training yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You treat it like the run up to the Olympics. Like, this is
Or
a
the hot
training
dog eating
session.
contest. Maybe
Yes.
train.
Joey Chestnut of drinking.
What is the training for the hot dog eating contest? You start with Vienna sausages and then what?
And
Pigs
then,
in a blanket? Oscar Mayer winners?
well, then you move up to like your knockoffs, like the really super skinny cheap ones that are Bar S. So you go from Vienna sausages
Hold on.
to Bar S.
Bar S is name brand.
The name is Bar S, and it's a knockoff.
Of
Yeah.
what?
Say that to Hebrew National's face, Fred.
I don't know them.
Inferior sausages is what they have.
Because it's not kosher.
So then you work all the
that's
way up.
this weekend.
Then you work all the way up to kielbases.
Like foot long kielbases.
Mhm. Yeah, that you gotta. They're tied together, like when you tie a balloon.
Do they
At the
do
very
this here where me and Isaiah grew up? They would take itty bitty wieners and put them in a crock pot full of barbecue sauce.
I was
That's a
just
thing.
about to bring
Yeah.
those up.
Yeah.
I was going to say that's got to be step 3.
I apologize for forgetting the name of them, but I grew up with those.
It's funny you bring it up. I was genuinely thinking about it.
They're not
what
called
they
itty
tasted
bitty
like.
wieners. They're like, and there's no
In a
preparation.
crock pot too.
Yeah, it's just you just put a thing of raised barbecue sauce.
You
in a
just
crock
dump it.
pot.
That's part of the annual Super Bowl meal.
Sprinkle a little brown sugar, some chopped up pineapple.
That's way more effort than it ever
Uh-huh.
received in my world.
Lil Smokies.
Little Smokies.
Does that go? There we go.
Is that the name of them officially?
I heard him on SoundCloud. I like his old stuff better.
Little Smokies.
Lil Smoky.
Yeah.
They don't make them the same.
Do they come in different flavors?
I mean, whatever you pour into the crock pot, right? It's like
So you're saying they're
whatever flavor you want
just a delivery system for the sauce.
for the sauce. Yeah. A protein delivery source for sauce.
Little Smokies cannot have every sauce. Don't have their beacon. You cannot put Little Smokies in a ranch. That's not good.
Now hold on. You can cook Little Smokies in barbecue sauce
That is correct.
and then dip them into ranch. But don't you dare cook them in the
No,
ranch
you're very
because you'll be
wrong.
going straight to prison.
You can put them into chili, the food, not the ingredient. You could put
You
them.
could definitely slow cook them in some like New Mexican red chili. That'd be incredible.
That would be fine.
Yeah. But you don't just, bite the top off of a jar of Tabasco and just dump it in there. You don't do that. Also, straight to jail.
Isaiah, what's the name of those itty bitty pickles?
That one I got on deck.
I'm not a pickle. I'm not a pickle guy. That's maybe the why I'm struggling.
We talking gherkins?
Gherkins.
So
You get
you're talking about you break off 2 prongs on a fork, one little smoky on one skewer, one gherkin on the other skewer, and you go to town.
Baby carrots.
That's what we're talking about.
Baby carrots.
And a baby carrot. Add a little crunch to it.
And
Some mouthfeel.
baby corn cob.
Oh, dang.
So it's a regular fork.
Okay, so now we're talking like a full-size skewer.
It's a
Yeah.
skewer
Uh-huh.
where you go in long ways.
Sure.
Little smoky, baby carrot, baby corn,
Yeah,
and then gherkin.
I'm into it.
Dip it all in barbecue sauce.
Or just cook them all together.
Sterling Donner joins us after the break. He is the new athletics director at the Horn YMCA. We're going to talk youth sports, athletics, and the opportunities that are here all summer long at the Y. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Brought
Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to the Horn YMCA. I am here. Van is here. Our new friend Sarah is here. She's the program coordinator.
hello.
Love that. Also, Sterling Donner is with us, and he is the new, what'd you tell me your job title was? You're parking cars? Oh, we got to turn your microphone up. Van's got it right here. But he is the sports director here at the YMCA. Sterling, Sarah, welcome.
That's happy to be here, man. Thanks.
Thank you for having us.
So we're going to obviously talk a lot about the activities going on this upcoming summer for the youth at the YMCA. But the first thing before we talk about them, friends of the show, sign your kids up now. Sign them up yesterday. If you wait until summer starts, you have waited too long. And then Sarah has to tell you your kids can't participate. And then you have made them cry.
No, not at all. There's always openings. will not tell your children they're not welcomed. We are still have availability at all sites except for one. Horn is completely full. It's been our most popular.
That's the best. Duh, that's why we're here all the time.
It is completely full, but right down the road, Bel Air has plenty of openings. St. Paul has plenty of openings. We have 7 sites in total, so 6 out of 7 are open right now.
So not enough kids are saying, nah, forget it, yo homes to Bel Air. Is that what you're
Is
saying?
that what you're saying?
Not enough kids are saying that?
Did they say that?
Okay. They will. They will very soon.
After they sign up for the programs, Sterling then takes over and gets them physically fit.
Yes.
Yeah. We have a number of different sports camps available right now. Basketball, volleyball, futsal, and then we've got a athletic performance camp as well. It's kind of new this year, so it'll be awesome.
And it's a shame that these programs are so expensive.
Oh, yeah, it's so expensive.
Yeah.
If you remember, it's a lot. It's about $15.
50, and you get a shirt.
$15?
Yeah,
Is
and
this
you get
a joke?
No. It's the sports programs are $15. The athletic performance one's a little bit more, but it's very affordable.
$15 gets you a jersey, Van, that you or T-shirt that you can keep forever.
Yep.
Is Jacques Tony still running that program, or did you find somebody good to do it?
No, unfortunately, we still have Jacques Tony.
All right. Well, it's a solid 6. For sure.
Yeah. But no, he's out of this world. He's awesome. He's like my brother.
If you didn't understand the sarcasm from the show, I was very much kidding. He's incredible.
Sarah and Sterling are with us talking the programs at the YMCA, talking about how important it is to get involved early if you're not already a member. Family plans exist, and if you have one, your child does get to participate for free dollars outside of uniform cost. Sarah, you're not just doing the athletics parts, you're doing all the programmings though, right? So are we talking what? Arts? We talking culture? We talking what?
So the summer camp has anything from arts to games. Field trips are the zoo, the aquarium. We're doing Roadrunner Food Bank. We have swimming every week.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go swimming twice a week, plus a field trip every week. Each week has a different theme, whether it's food, animals, science. We're going to go to Explora over the summer. And it's just going to be a ball of fun.
The Van, I don't know if we've announced this yet on the program proper, but there's a coalition between the YMCA and the Boys and Girls Club and Warehouse 505 and Big Brothers Big Sisters and Junior Achievement. Also, welcome Explora. So how excited we are to have them now as a part of this, and the access that these kids get through the YMCA or the Boys and Girls Club or otherwise to all these facilities around town is just astronomical. And then whenever they're in those, like here at the Y, for instance, it's individuals like Sarah and Sterling giving them their expertise when they're with us over at the Boys and Girls Club. It's those things that aren't necessarily athletics. It's our culture stuff. It's our art stuff. So a lot of opportunity for families and their kids if they're excited about signing up for this. Talking about signing up, Sterling, how is it made easy?
It's really easy. All you have to do is go onto the YMCA Horn website. You click on the different programs, either Sarah's programs or the sports programs. You click on the link to register, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. You fill out the information right there on the website, and your kids are set.
Sarah, did you grow up in the Y?
I did, yes.
Yeah,
I attended here.
Yes. That's how all counselors end up. All your best counselors were really good Y kids. Did you spend time out at the summer program? Were you out there at Camp Shaver at all?
No, I did not. I went to a different camp, but my parents used to drop me off here as a kid, and we used to do what's called the lock-ins when I was little here. Yeah. And my parents would pick me up 11 o'clock the next day, and we're like, yeah, we had a great night without you there. So
nice.
Also, is it still every other Friday they're doing Parents' Night? Are you guys still running that?
Yep. Every Friday.
Is that 5 to 7? What are the hours on that?
It's going to be 5:30 to 7:30, and then 2 nights, the last 2 Fridays of the month, we have the Parents' Night Out, which is 5:30 to 8.
So sweet.
That is super sweet.
Now, Van,
you deserve it, hardworking parents out there. Treat yourself.
Now, Van, can you please tell the story about how you learned about red rum from a lock-in?
No, but I did learn the little paper game. The in out, who you're going to fall in love with when you get older. Yes, that one. Thank you. You know me. How well do you think? How well does it look at work,
Sterling? I was being sarcastic.
Okay, thank
trying
you.
to pull one out of your page there, man.
Appreciate it.
Summer registration is available at the Y. You can do it either here in person at the Y. You can do it through the website, or you can call. I don't know the number off the top of my head. What is it?
It's 505-595-1515.
Tell them that Two Men On sent you, and they'll charge Van something, which is nice.
Free month on van.
That's a deal, dude.
Has not ever stopped.
That's a deal.
How long has the Y been a partner of ours? Years.
Years.
Yeah.
OG.
Yeah. And the number of people that you have gotten to join the Y, also the number of people who have quit after they met you here. It's actually kind of a push.
Well, no, the thing is, you got to get them here in the first place. Because once you step foot into the Horn YMCA,
You're cooked.
you fall in love.
Yeah.
And then you adjust your schedule to when I'm not here.
Smart.
And you stay happy. Because I'm awful.
That's why I lock myself in my office when I know he's here.
He's worked here for months, and I had no idea.
Sarah, Sterling, thank you both so very much for joining us on the program.
Thanks, guys.
Whenever we
Thank you
get
for having
back,
us.
well, we're scheduled to have Wes Torres on of the Curse, but he's not physically next to us. Wait, I see him. He was hiding in Sterling's office. It's Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Ooh, Sports Animal.
Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
at 7 a.m.
Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to the Horn YMCA. Welcome to the program. West Taurus of the Curse. Let's go.
Thank you for having me.
Vice President of the Curse, which is, of course, the fan supporter group for your New Mexico United. They play tomorrow night over at the Lab. What's your pregame meal? Like when you're tailgating out there?
I've got about 32 pounds of pork shoulder on the smoker that I've been working on since about 4:30 this morning. So that's what we're going to be serving up tomorrow for sure.
Sheesh. That's not Little Smokies at all, boys.
No.
That's
some
level.
Some tailgates will be a little more elaborate. This is one that we had some time. There's only 3 of us board members right now, so we got all 3 of us in town for tomorrow. So a little bit more work going on.
Home tomorrow against North Carolina FC. It is a 7 p.m. start to the game, which means the tailgate starts at 10 a.m.
3 p.m.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Some diehards will be out there about 10, but
For you, maybe.
the official tailgate starts at 3 p.m.
And you need to be a member of the Curse? Or
No, all are welcome.
Hear that, Van? Unlike you. Hear that? Unlike your approach to life.
I'm not accepting everyone. This is Masters weekend.
Hey, Van walks around members only, Wes. He's like that.
Yeah.
They changed
I
the
get a club sandwich wherever I go.
Nice. Wes is the vice president of the Curse, the supporter group for the United. You guys change leadership every year.
Every 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in this thing for the 2-year haul.
Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully I move on to being president after that.
For 2 more years.
Yeah.
You want to be the leader of the Curse during the Trump administration. This is your vision.
For now, yeah. Got to keep myself occupied.
Yeah. Idle hands, right?
Yeah.
How's membership right now?
Right now we're working on, re-signing members from last year, working on new members. Yeah. We had between me and Billy, the president, we had a goal of my goal was 500 members for the year.
Deal.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Let's sign up everyone at Duke City Championship Wrestling. What's it cost? It's like super expensive.
No, yeah, like it's at $30.
What?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
For the year?
For the year.
And I get handmade friends?
Yep. It's a big friend group.
Do I get a scarf?
Yep. This one that I'm wearing right now.
Throw that to me real quick. Let me check that thing out. All right, so I'm going to describe this scarf, Vane. You tell me when I'm telling lies, okay?
Ready to go.
So this scarf looks like if you left your Crayolas in the car today because it was 85 degrees.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say that looks like if Lisa Frank tried acid.
Yeah, okay. I like that one
Yeah.
a lot. This one looks like the tattoo that gets you to walk into the tattoo parlor on this side, and then the other side is what the artist actually does on you.
That's a pretty good comparison.
Well,
It looks like the colors of a race car that only races in June.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, this is a very good one. This one looks like if Jeff Gordon didn't convince the South that certain beliefs were okay. 2025 member. This thing's sweet, dude.
That's very cool.
So everyone gets a
Hard
member.
hitter.
You guys, a scarf. Everyone shows up to the games. Almost all of them hit the tailgate, and then it's in the supporter section together.
Yeah.
And then it really is being like a 12th man on the field.
Yep. Last year, first home playoff match in club history, we're against Phoenix.
Who sucks, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we needed it. That team needed it. And they said once we got second half, we came alive. They said they felt the energy and we were able to pull off the win. So that's what it means to the team.
That's
It's
super
like-
sweet.
You got a legit home pitch advantage.
Yeah.
Like it's unlike anything in the league.
No.
'Cause I know you guys travel really well too. And no one does it like you guys.
No.
It's next level.
We were last July, we played in LAFC in LA and sitting right next to their fan group. And this one fan just kind of turns around and looks back and he says, wow, you guys really show up.
Mhm.
I mean, they took a plane of 250 fans out there for that. So,
cool.
Like a chartered plane.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
yeah, team put it together for us. It was kind of like first come, first serve basis. You had to travel with the team. It was pretty awesome.
I've seen it in person on the road in El Paso where we as supporters I went down there as media, but you get that doing your itty bitty media job, right?
Yeah.
You want to go to your people. So I go over to the supporters group, and it's, they similar to here, they play in the baseball stadium down there, and it's like the entire left field. No, yeah, it's the entire left field.
Yeah.
And it's just taken over by cursed supporters of the United. And it was like a home game in an away stadium. And if I recall at that time, it was the first loss El Paso had at home in something like 2 years or something. Am I getting that right?
Something like that.
Yeah, and it was just as fun as a professional viewing experience as you can have.
Yeah.
As fun. I need that for wrestling. I need the curse of wrestling. Like, where is that fan base at?
I don't know, man. I don't know if you've been watching lately, but those international matches, that crowd is on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything in Europe right now is
like
that.
That's I'm envious of them.
You mean on fire? Literally, they start fires.
Yeah, they start fires.
The crowd.
Yeah. Flares, road flares in the stands.
That's super sweet. Now, at for the curse, man, and I know you're aware of this, a lot of your cheering, a lot of your cadence, a lot of your support for the team is not just taken from soccer around the world, but it is taken from pro wrestling.
Yeah,
from other forms of entertainment. What is like the weirdest idea that's come in front of you guys as a group where you're like, yeah, we can incorporate that. That is a thing we can do to show support for the New Mexico United.
Well, like right now, one of the things that we're going to try out this weekend is the team on the way back from, I can't remember where it was. I can't remember if it was on a plane or, from Colorado. They were singing this song about Dennis Sanchez, the new coach, over Wagon Wheel.
Okay.
So
I'm into that.
Yeah. So we're going to work on something like that tomorrow. We're going to try that one out for the first time.
Is the organist going to do an Old Crow medicine show while you're out there?
So that we provide the music ourselves. So we're going to work on that with the drummers and yeah.
You don't want to any trademark infringement.
Let's see.
Intellectual property.
Satire, I believe, sets you in the clear.
Well, it depends on how close you get. There's got to be a distinction.
As long as you're making fun, is that how Saturday Night Live gets away with it? Yeah. But you're not making fun of Dennis Sanchez.
No.
Oh God, we don't know. We're in a perpetually gray area.
One of my favorite things about the supporter group is how you can openly swear in Spanish, but if you do it in English, it's just disgusting and vulgar.
Actually, it's not allowed. We have to abide by Isotopes rules. It's Isotopes Park, so that they want that family atmosphere. So no bad language of any kind really is allowed.
So, friend of the show out there, if you haven't seen a United match, you're missing out, and especially take it to another level. Go into the supporters section at least once. You have to experience being in the middle of the supporters section at least once. It's a whole new environment.
So that's how I got into the whole thing. I wasn't even a soccer fan at any level before United came to Albuquerque.
There's a lot of stories like that.
And my buddy was like, hey, this soccer team is coming to town, and season tickets are pretty cheap. It's like 18 games. Works out like $10 a game. It's something to do. And after the first game, I was hooked. I haven't missed a game. I've only missed one game since they started in 2019.
That's awesome.
Super sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, sorry about your COVID. That's tough.
Yeah.
That was tough. I'm sorry that happened.
They did a lot of things to make it fun, to make it worth, like, keep everybody engaged and stuff during all that madness. So
tailgate is tomorrow. That is at 3 p.m. UNM South Lot. That's the normal tailgate. That's going to be a lot of fun. DJ D will be there.
DJ O
will be there for entertainment. You mentioned it. Pork sandwiches, chips, cookies, beer from Santa Fe Brewing. 2025 membership and scarf pickup is also tomorrow. We have some extras if people want to sign up.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We've got plenty.
So head down a little bit early. Make your way over to the Curse supporter group. Hand them $30. Receive one scarf, also a pork sandwich, chips, and cookies. And if you're of age, I mean,
a delicious slow smoked pork shoulder sandwich is $30 already.
That's
you're
a
getting
deal.
You're getting to join the curse for free, basically. You're getting a scarf for free, and you're getting new friends.
Get the first one free.
Yeah.
And then 6:15. That's the march to the match, which is a super fun thing. If you haven't done it, it's got the drums and the flags and the whole deal. It is the culture that is professional soccer.
Yep.
There you go. What's the best website for you?
Find us on the social media, Instagram, Facebook, The Curse New Mexico United Supporter Group.
Where are you doing your watch parties right now?
Right now, the main watch party, we're doing them at Tin Can Alley.
Yeah.
They're a hell of a partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Santa Fe Brewery is pretty good.
Yep.
Van and I hosted one for a lot of years where we would do like trivias and raffles and drawings and all
Yeah.
these super fun things. And whenever, not that we lost that gig, but Hollow Spirits went from daily to event space.
Special event.
Yeah.
So, whenever that gig went away, it was a little bit of that fun fellowship went away for
Sure.
us. Cause that was like our connection to the fan base. You
Yeah.
know, we'd make home games when we can, but my pro wrestling's often
Yeah.
during the summer at the same time. And, but that thing, it kind of hurts a little bit to not be a part of it. Maybe we should head out there.
I'd be down.
I'd be down.
Let me know.
Yeah.
We
See
could
some friendly faces.
we should host again. We're so good at that.
We also have one of our partners is Boxcar in Santa Fe,
Yeah.
and went up there to try to host a WAF party. Not a lot of people, but this is new. It's in the works, but we're trying to get it spread the word as far as possible.
Well, we could do, instead of the march to the match, we could do the rail car to the box car. We could just get lit on the rail runner on the way up. This is a good plan.
Cheaper Uber.
Yeah.
Slower. But
Just say yes out loud. Wes, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
The easiest and quickest way to become a member of the Curse is?
Through social media. Find the links on social media, our Instagram account.
There you go.
Boom.
Tons of followers and stuff. I'm looking at it right
Yeah.
here. Excellent. When we get back from the break, we wrap up the 4 o'clock hour, 15 short minutes away from Teresa Tapia joining us on the program. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. YMCA. And I'm updating I'm updating the leaderboard here. It looks like almost everyone is done today. Not everyone is done yet.
Just about.
Scheffler is still out there. Hatton's still out there. Oh, they're together, so that makes sense. Or no, they're not. He's with Dietrich. So, okay. Your leaderboard is still Rose, DeChambeau, McElroy, Connors, Scheffler, Hatton, McCarty. I mean, this is what a lot of people thought it was going to be at the top for real.
Yeah, some of the best in the world are all lumped right at the top of this thing. You got, Morikawa, Schauffele, Adberg, Reed, like a bunch of sluggers are all within striking distance when the weekend coming up.
Is there going to be a Torpedo Golf Club?
So, yes and no.
Yeah.
Because there could be, for the Weekend Warrior, you can use whatever the hell you want. But for the PGA Tour, there's very strict criteria on what a golf club can do, how much it can weigh, the loft, the bounce, et cetera, et cetera. Because if you have like some kind of torpedo bat jumping technology for golf, guys are hitting it past the hole. Like professional golf equipment now, the industry standard stuff has been nerfed a little bit than what it used to be. Because guys are so much stronger, hit so much longer, so much more accurate. You kind of have to dumb down some of the technology.
When you see a guy yesterday like Nick Dunlap, who shot a 90, and he's like one of the best in the world.
Yeah, he's a top 40 in the world guy.
What would you shoot?
Won tournaments. What would I shoot at Augusta?
Because I've watched you play here, and you are a 90-ish guy regularly.
Yeah.
Like, what would you shoot at Augusta?
I'm guessing if I counted every penalty stroke, every drop, treated it like a tournament.
Yeah, tournament scoring.
I would probably shoot 130, 120, 130. I would probably shoot right around 100 shots, but I would have about 120, 130 strokes because I would have penalty after penalty, drop after drop. Like,
if I carded 90, like here in town, me and you would be celebrating for the rest of the weekend. Also, we prefer to golf during business hours during the week, so we would miss the show. Like that. But if you do 90 at the Masters, is one of the best in the world. Collectively, it's oof.
Yeah, it's probably the worst. And again, Nick Dunlap, up and coming golfer. He's only 21.
He won twice last year.
Yeah,
he won on the tour twice.
Yeah, the Open, the amateur champion 2 years ago. Yeah, he's an excellent golfer.
Professional ball striker.
He bounced back and shot a 1-under today. So he's not going to make the cut. He's going to miss the cut by, 15 strokes. But still, if me or you, like somebody like my level of golf, goes out and shoots a 90 at a hard course and doesn't have any 3-putts, you're like, oh, good day. It's a good day. It's a real good day. But for a professional golfer to shoot 90, I don't think he slept a lot last night.
Also, I don't think he had any 3-putts yesterday.
No 3-putts. He shot 90 with no 3-putts. Yeah. Hard to do for a pro.
Hey, I'm going to hit you with some wisdom before we go to the break. Golf be like that.
No doubt. No doubt. And then on the other side of the coin, 76-year-old Bernhard Langer playing in his last Masters missed the cut by 1 stroke. Top 40 in the world, 21-year-old, shot at 18 over. 76-year-old missed the cut by 1 stroke.
Fred Couples in his 40th, 1-under yesterday.
Yeah. He missed the cut by 2 strokes.
Teresa Tapia joins us after the break. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Channel.
Fred Slow with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
All right, the intro to this is too long.
I like it. It's my favorite one.
Sick of it. Edit this thing.
Nope, it's my favorite.
Get it out of the
nothing.
rotation. It's the worst song we have.
And it's better because Teresa Tapia is here. Teresa, welcome. How are you?
Good. How are you? Thank
Good.
you for having me.
Put that microphone right in front of your mouth.
There.
We're going to talk the world of combat sports, the world of boxing, and the weirdest professional combat story that I've seen in my professional time here happened this past week. And Tapia Promotions was a part of it. I'm going to give you my timeline as I understand it. You give me your timeline as you understand it. ICS Mania 1 was scheduled for tomorrow at the pit.
Yes.
Over the course of the last 7 days, multiple fighters withdrew from the card. There was lots of conversation on social media. I don't know what's real or not. On Monday, you pulled out. Tapia Promotions pulled out. And then weird rumblings, and eventually everything canceled. Teresa, what? What is what?
Welcome to boxing, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Walk us through it though. So it was it was announced some months ago. It was going to be the return of boxing to the pit. It was going to be a huge deal. I went to the press conference. We were there together. It was shining up to be a really special moment, and then it all just kind of
Fell apart.
Yeah. Why?
Honestly, I think going forward, I need to do my due diligence and do better background checking on people.
Sure.
And that, I think, Josh Thoda said it best when
Pitbull.
yes, when it's, something is too good to be true, it probably is. And here they came flashing a bunch of money and a bunch of, positivity and saying what they wanted to do with the boys and everything. And, so I helped them facilitate it. And Kenny Thomas is the one that actually got them the pit. And, we all pitched in and we got together and thought it was going to be this amazing event. And I started hearing that's how this all started to fall apart. I noticed things where I would send them information or wait on contracts or just things that wouldn't ever be delivered on their timeline. And I've been in boxing a long time.
Yes.
And they obviously act like they have, but I know the level that they were on to me was like an amateur level. And I felt like they didn't know what they were doing. So I go to Vegas, we have to go to these press conferences, last minute travel 2 days before, didn't know where we're staying, switched the hotels. They didn't have anything ready. It was just, and then they have us in Vegas for 3 days waiting for 1 day of a press conference for 2 hours. And then we fly back the next day. So there's 4 days that we're gone, which is the middle of camp. You have press conferences in boxing to announce the fight at the beginning, and then you have the one right before the fight. You don't have them midweek, like middle of the training camp. And so there was just things that I started to notice. And then I started talking to other people, and I don't want to mention any names, but the first person that pulled out of this card, there was some rumblings that I was already hearing about the main event being canceled. And then there was some other folks that were invested financially a lot of money who were saying they were promised to be paid back in 2 weeks. They didn't get their money. Then there was another one that I met. Nice woman. You remember Salt and Pepper?
I mean,
group?
from my playlist today, yes, I remember.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to put an ellipsis. Like, don't push it. Like, just say yes.
Dang it.
Well, Peppa, she's become a friend of mine, and I found out that the owner of ICS, Gary Lewis, Signature Punch Promotions, he stole $120,000 from her.
What?
Oh.
Yes, her daughter's a fighter, and her daughter's actually making a debut in London, I believe, next week. Or this week. And she's fighting with Misfits, and the son-in-law also fights with Misfits. And their first encounter with Gary was because they were trying to break into boxing. And they took her for $120,000 lawsuit against him. She showed me everything.
Oh my gosh.
So then I hired an investigator to do a background check on him. Found out there's $500,000 in judgments against Gary for other things. It was insane.
And this was unbeknownst to Tapia Promotions'
Yes.
partnership with them. Also, anecdotally, me, Salt and Pepper, and Coolio
Mhm.
got super weird in Springfield, Missouri one night, and that's a story for another time.
Okay.
But if you guys remind me to bring it up, I will bring it up. And it ended in a room filled with mirrors.
I would love to know what Coolio is like. I will save my image of Salt and Peppa for me.
That's incredibly smart. So as the news starts rolling out, and boxing has just transformed over the decades, and you've been a part of it over the decades, to where it doesn't come out via press release. It doesn't come out via news article. It doesn't come out being traditional sources like this one. It comes out on social media. It comes out in segments. It comes out weird and different. And you're aware of this, Teresa. I'm a licensed promoter in the state of New Mexico.
Yes.
The amount of calls, the amount of like weird, I'm going to call it investigation, but maybe it's just people trying to sip tea. I'm not sure, trying to figure out what's going on. How do you, Teresa, make sure the narrative about what happened is accurate to the fans? Also, are they being refunded?
I believe they are being refunded. I have not checked with the pit, but I believe that they were. There was a lot of stuff out there again on social media that's saying that they were. You know, it was this. I was married to Johnny for 20 years, so this is not an unusual. This isn't even the weirdest thing that's happened to me. Imagine you have a Salt and Peppa story with Coolio.
Yes.
Imagine being married to Johnny for 20 years
Good point.
and how many stories I have about him.
Yes.
There's not anything shocking or nothing that I wouldn't believe or that I haven't seen. This is just another thing that's happened. Has taught me though to do, be better when it comes to dealing with outsiders, and my main thing, as you were aware, I said it at the press conference the other day, I just couldn't fathom these people coming into our state and taking advantage of our fighters and our New Mexicans and our fans, and just, I don't like it. And it wasn't sitting, and it didn't sit right with me. I thought about it, and, the guy was still to the last minute. Oh, let me show you proof of funds. And I told him, I have a press conference at 2:30. This is either going to be to push tickets or it's going to be to tell people what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then he sent me a screenshot of some bank account, which isn't even his name on it, that supposedly had $4 million on it. But this was not the first time. First he had $240 million. Then it was $7 million, and it was $20 million, and he had a credit line for 10. This is the kind of stuff, that he would pull. And I said, no, you're giving, I need a letter from a bank, and I need to verify with somebody from that bank. I need a phone number. I need to call them and talk to them. And he couldn't supply that. He just kept saying, oh, just be patient, one more day. And I mean, I've dealt with Don King. I've dealt with Top Rank. I've dealt with Dan Goosen, Showtime, HBO. I've dealt, you name it, and I've dealt with them.
Yeah.
So this one wasn't even the smartest crook,
oh,
to be honest.
Oh,
yeah, he was not.
Well, a thing that we're aware of, and I know the combat sports community in the state is aware of, is that you're not going to let down the fans. You're not going to let down the fighters. You're not going to let down the community. What is next? What is the, how do you come off the ropes from this one, and how do you get back to the community, and when and where will it be?
We have an exciting announcement that we will be making soon.
Okay.
I'm just securing the rest of the contracts.
I want it right now.
You'll be the first to know.
Yeah.
But we're securing tons of contracts with the fighters. You're going to see a killer card.
Yeah.
You're going to see it at I'm actually going to take this one to the convention center.
Let's go.
Yes. Okay. And, another place Johnny fought and sold out. And so there's going to be some historical stuff there as well. And we're going to make up for it. And the fighters are going to get their day. It's going to be postponed to a little bit later in the summer. But I will not give the date today because I'm waiting on contracts still.
All right. It's an absolute bummer. This event is not going forward. It's a bummer. There's not going to be boxing back at the pit. It's a bummer. These big names like Rampage Jackson and Rashad Evans, it's a bummer they're not coming. But what I'm most disappointed in is I don't get to watch the Tapia boys fight.
Yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the one that I was most excited about, is I wanted to see the Tapia boys make their debuts. So are we looking at this next event that the Tapia boys will make their debut?
Yes, they actually, they've had so many offers right now.
Yeah.
And both boys are complete opposites when it comes to fighting. You have Nico, the youngest, he's 19. He's been steadily fighting, and fights at 168 pounds, southpaw. And he's that kid that everything that you want to see as a fan, but not as a mom, because he's just in your face and he just wants to stand toe to toe in the ring. And the other one, he can hit and he can box, but he's the boxer style. He likes to cut the ring and move and jab, and he does all the stuff that you should do. two different fighters.
Absolutely, two different fighters. Can you say with confidence this summer there would be a big boxing?
There is going to be.
Okay,
with
I need
confidence.
that. I need
Yes.
Yeah.
quarter 2, quarter 3 kind of thing, Van.
Sure.
Just making sure you can get out there, be a part of it. It's such an important part of the culture here in Albuquerque.
Yes.
It's such an important
I
part.
can tell you it's July. I can tell you that much.
Okay, let's go. So, hot dogs, Van,
In,
fireworks,
in,
baseball,
in,
hometown boxing.
in.
Let's go. That's going to be the thing. All right. So, final thoughts for the fans that we're going to attend tomorrow. Go to the United game instead.
Yes,
That's my
definitely.
advice.
Support the United game, and to all the fans, I want to tell them to, their continued support is what's making this easier to go forward and to put on a better show and give them the quality that they so much need, and they deserve.
On a personal note, we both know how the industry super works. Like you can grab a big headline name and it can draw attention. But the guys who fill seats, the seat movers, are your local guys.
Yes.
They're your guys that go out in the community.
Yeah.
And if it's tickets in hands to individuals or if it's referral links or whatever the day and age is now, I have a belief system that promoter, be it boxing or kickboxing or pro wrestling or whatever, that comes from outside the state doesn't understand the culture around the sport here.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it absolutely has to be led by a Albuquerque, a New Mexico voice. So those people are respected and represented well, because I never want to feel exploited.
I agree.
And I don't know if that had crossed your mind at all, but it
Yes.
it infuriates me.
Me too. That's why I had to make a public statement, and I wasn't going to wait to the last minute. And this, speaking when I first was dealing with Gary Lewis, I was at the pit when we had the original press conference. I was like trying to talk to him. He was being arrogant, and I told him, you don't understand the market. First of all, you overpriced the tickets. I mean, this is New Mexico. Every fan deserves to buy a ticket. What was Johnny's thing? I want everyone to be able to afford a ticket to my fight. And these guys went completely off the rails, and they wouldn't listen to any suggestions, and they didn't know our hometown temperature at all.
Yeah. I didn't speak to him long when I was there, but I did speak to him. It wouldn't be for me to say that I know anything specifically, but I would say to cancel an event the week of, there's got to be some weird stuff
There was.
going on.
There definitely was contractually between the headliners first. And that's where I guess there was my understanding from what I was told by the fighters directly is there was a promised amount and a contract to be paid.
Sure.
They received some of it. And then it was just this hurry up and wait. Tomorrow, and tomorrow never came.
Traditionally, that's how a purse works. You don't get it all up front.
No, but I guess these guys were smart enough, and you have to give them credit. The main event, they knew, or maybe they did their due diligence. But they demanded a certain amount up front.
Sure.
Or they were not going to participate. They were not going to advertise. They weren't going to do anything, and they had a deadline for that.
Of course.
But they're actually traditionally you get training expenses and you get signing bonuses and you do get money up front on a certain level.
Yeah.
Johnny did.
Yeah, there's anyone who's worth a snuff from out of town gets a retainer for sure.
Yeah.
And then, the last thought is obviously it's the athletic commission over in every state has an athletic commission. They all actual combat sports, not pro wrestling, but like boxing or kickboxing or otherwise. And then those purses are governed in a way to where you cannot, because historically there have been examples of people put it in the fix, people put it in the money grab kind of situation.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico right now is doing as good of a job that it has ever done in making sure that the fighter receives fair compensation. They're doing as good of a job as they've ever done right now, ensuring that participants in the world of boxing, kickboxing, bare knuckle fighting, you could fill them all in, that they are being compensated to the fairest degree that they can be. And I don't know if that's true across the whole country, but I know they're trying.
I think New Mexico is great. And I think that we are a very experienced state for combat sports. And I think that, and I love our state. And I think, with the more events that, that we can put on here, the better we're going to do and the better that we're going to thrive and become even bigger. And that's what I was trying to do by getting involved with these people was to bring those names here. But it didn't work out. Wrong people.
Final thoughts on this, Teresa, from you. Give them to us, and then I will tease for you. Big announcement coming from Tapia Promotions as they will have an event in July here in Albuquerque to celebrate boxing.
Yes.
Great. You're the best.
Thank you.
Teresa Tapia, thank you so much. Whenever we get back from the break, Van, there's only 30 minutes left in the show.
2 more segments and 2 more Pantera tickets to give away.
2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
610, the sports animal.
Welcome back to 2 Men On. 505-246-0610. Let's give away some Pantera ticks.
Let's go.
All right, so I just looked it up on what I believe is the official ticket provider for this concert.
Okay.
Live Nation. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah.
All right. So Live Nation currently says that these lawn seats that we're about to give away. Isaiah, are we giving away lawn seats? I might have lost Isaiah on our end, but yeah, nothing coming through. That's okay. Oh, he's there now. Hello,
Yes,
Isaiah.
I am
Welcome
here.
back.
No, I was troubleshooting here. In the
Oh,
studio.
okay.
Right on,
okay.
right
Yeah,
on, right
I was
on.
trying to look at the tickets.
Mhm.
So we don't know that. We think they're lawn seats. Is that accurate?
Lawn seats?
Yeah.
It doesn't give me. It just says 2 tickets to the amphitheater. It doesn't really go into specifics.
Okay, that is fine. That is okay.
They're at least lawn. Possibly.
You will get to see Pantera.
You get to see. There you go.
Yes, that's the answer.
Yeah. You might be upgraded to where your butt and a back are supported by the world's finest plastic.
Now you can also get a lawn chair rental if you sit on the lawn at
Correct.
Isleta. So these tickets are currently valued at $54.50, man.
That's before fees.
That's before fees.
Yeah.
And lawn chair rental, which also for that bring cash.
Mhm.
I know every place on earth tells you they don't take cash anymore. The seedy underbelly business world that is laid back lawn chair rental,
Right.
they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're in on it.
100% they are. Also, I believe Fireball is the only mini shot you can buy from a gas station that doesn't have metal lids. Do what you will with that
just
information.
know that.
Don't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not telling you what to do or not to do.
No, we would never do that.
But you now have that information.
If you want to go to Pantera,
Mm-hmm.
I got the date here for you.
Okay.
August the 31st. It's a nighttime show. It's a Sunday show?
Oh, not on the Sabbath.
Are you booking in the weekend?
Dang.
With a little panty?
That's the Lord's Day.
That's the Lord's Day. You go to church, everyone knows.
Mhm.
Pew in the morning, Pantera in the evening.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
P&P.
Call Isaiah 505-246-0610 right now and name a member of Pantera, living or otherwise.
Okay, because it's a coin flip now.
There's only 2
Yeah.
that you would know.
505-246-0610.
Yeah.
Pantera tickets.
Now walk, don't run.
Okay.
Do you like that one?
How fast would you be running? Like perhaps like a cowboy from hell? Like that fast?
If I just had 5 minutes alone, man.
Hmm.
I'm going to run out real quick after that. 505-246-0610. Call Isaiah. Name a member of Pantera, and you can go to Pantera.
Correct.
There you go. Now, if you're bad in the way that I use that terminology from the 90s, which means good.
Correct. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
Yes.
Mhm.
Don't wear black.
You'll stand out
You'll stand out.
like a sore thumb.
Yeah, wear.
You want to be the only guy in a white T-shirt
Yeah,
with
hey.
around 10,000 people? That's your time.
Also, put on your long tee.
Hey.
That's what I'm saying.
You wear hot pink to a Pantera concert.
You're that dude.
You're going to get some attention.
Mhm.
You're going to get some attention, brother. I don't know if you want
Yeah.
it, but you going to get it.
How about this? Put on a red hat, okay?
Okay.
And then on it, there's like a sentence,
Mhm.
okay? And it says, my other hat is a MAGA hat.
Okay.
And just really confuse people.
That's wild.
That's a
thing to do.
that's a,
Mm-hmm. Just when you thought Fred Durst ruined red hats,
Mhm.
behold, it's worse.
When we went to Lincoln Biscuit, what did we go to? Limp Biscuit?
We went to one of them.
All right. When we went to Limp Biscuit, Isaiah's back. Isaiah, do we have a winner of our Pantera tickets?
Yes, we do. So friends of the show that are calling, I could be nice and like individually answer and tell you that you didn't win, but that just makes me feel bad.
Oh.
So since I know you're listening, yes, the tickets have been given away.
Well, go to-
Michael.
All right, friend of the show,
All right,
Michael, big
Michael,
winner. Okay.
yeah.
Now, Isaiah, going to the prize chamber there, is there like ISOs coming up or over
Something
or
else you
Jackie
got?
Robinson's gone?
Anything else?
I mean, what can we do?
we can have him called back.
Yeah, these dogs are barking. Let's throw them a bone. I mean, we got to.
So next Monday, there's actually says Def Leppard and Brett Michaels.
Def Lep?
And
Are you kidding me?
They're cuffing.
Yo.
They're coming August 12th.
I'm in.
All right, definitely tune in with us on Monday.
Def Leopardly.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah. And also congratulations to friend of the show, Brett Michael, who won these Pantera tickets today.
Go drink his tequila.
He makes that?
I'm thinking of Sammy Hagar. My bad.
Were they in the same band?
No, same era.
Josh Sushan joins us after
Wore
the break.
tight pants. How
He-
about that?
Had hair.
A lot of it.
Television today only exists because the TV show Rock of Love existed, and I have an entire diatribe on this.
Okay.
We don't have time today, similar to my Salt and Pepper and Coolio story.
You think Josh Sushan watched Rock of Love or Flavor of Love?
Yes.
Sit on the edge of your seat, boys, because
The
we're
en-
going to find out.
The entire world consumed that.
A big Brigitte Nielsen guy. What can I say?
I can't name
I'm a fool for tall ladies.
I can't name any of the hose or shovels from Rock of Love, but I will tell you this. They're burned into my retinas. Like I can see them. They all had performer names. That I remember.
Yes, they were all found in one establishment. And it had poles going up and down, and it was not a firehouse.
Oh, God, I'm looking right at them. 2007 is so far away.
Creeping up on 20 years ago.
Isn't that wild? Daisy. Daisy was her name.
Daisy was the one, huh?
2 Men On. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to Two Men On. We are at the Horn YMCA, but joining us on the program is Josh Sushan, and he is at a faraway land van.
Sounds like he's at a Dave Matthews concert. What is this music in the background?
It sounds like golf music is what I was going to say.
Yeah. So he puts the sugar in land. Josh Sushan, welcome to the program.
Well, good evening, gentlemen. What you're hearing in the background is the buzz in the crowd because they are going to start the pregame ceremony to celebrate their 2024 AAA National Championship. They have an orange carpet that is rolled out. All the players that are on this year's team that were part of last year's championship team are about to receive rings. They're going to unveil like this huge ring that's going to be displayed on the concourse. It's like 3 feet high. There was a giveaway of championship jerseys. And also, Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon is supposed to be here tonight.
My man. Are they going to let him on the field, or is security going to block him like what happened to him at the Final Four?
No, man, he's going to throw out the first pitch. I don't know if he's going to throw a baseball or a basketball. I can't imagine how small a baseball would look in his mammoth hands.
Yeah, he doesn't even have to throw it. He just takes a step and hands it to the catcher.
Dang, Van. That's a ringing endorsement.
It's as good as it gets.
You don't want to do puns?
I thought we'd save the puns for later.
Okay, sorry, guys. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't get the memo.
Yeah. I was going to go into wrestling ring real quick. It's fine. Everything's fine here. It's all fine. So it's going to be a fun weekend is what you're saying at the ballpark. The Isotopes are on the road. They're in Sugar Land playing the Space Cowboys. Josh Sushan's on the broadcast. It was a heck of a game last night, huh?
Yeah, the boys got a victory, much needed one. Snapped a 3-game losing streak, hit 3 home runs, outstanding pitching. Hey, they only walked 2, right?
Yeah.
After walking 17 on Tuesday, they only walked 2. So I like the vibe for the boys right now.
So 3 home runs. So Sam Hilliard, let me just check real quick. Okay, here we go. No. Ugh. Are they not pitching?
You might be
to him?
saving it so that you guys can watch it in person yourselves.
I mean, I'll go. I mean, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my stuff. You know, that's my.
Have you ever heard the story about Barry Bonds and like specifically waiting for certain moments when he hit some of his milestone home runs?
Is that real?
Yeah. So he was closing in on Willie Mays, and he hit his 659th home run, like the first or the second game of the season. And it was at the start of a road trip. And he told his teammates, I'm not hitting another home run in the rest of the trip. I have to hit it at home because Willie's going to see me at home. Willie's not going to come on the road. Yep. So he even told his godfather, don't worry, I won't hit one on the road. So for the next 5 games, he just hit line drive rockets, singles, doubles, took his walks for the next 5 games. And then he got back to San Francisco and hit his first game back with Willie Mays in attendance. He hit a home run to tie the record. And then he told his teammates, I'm not breaking the record on the same night. So he waited until the next day, and then he surpassed his godfather the next day. I swear to God, this story's true.
This is the most carny story I've ever heard. Where Barry Bonds like, no, I can sell tickets. Like I can move some tickets. I got you, boys.
Like that's how good Barry Bonds was. Like he said it to AJ Przinsky, and Przinsky looked around, and JT Snow just smiled and said, "You watch what he's about to do." And sure enough, rockets, line drives everywhere, but no home runs until he got home.
It's like he's like the wholesome Nick Castellanos. every tragedy, Nick Castellanos drops a bomb. Every record, Barry Bonds waits for home. I love it.
That's too funny.
Yeah. I remember, too, also when he passed Willie McCovey. So you got to remember, right? Bobby Bonds, that's his dad. He grew up in the Giants clubhouse around McCovey and Mays. And so when he was closing in on Willie McCovey, right field in San Francisco, it's McCovey Cove, the water. And so he said to Willie, he goes, I'm going to hit it in the water when I surpass you. I have to hit it in your cove. So sure enough, like he didn't go left field. He didn't go center. He not only did he hit it right, but he hit it into the cove. That's how good he was.
The talent to be able to have the talent to curb your own talent.
For sure.
That's like a different talent. That's not even talent. That's a different talent of that talent.
Yeah, the same thing that like Jordan said before, like Barry Bonds said, well, obviously a legend, that was 20 years ago, pitching got better. Like, how many home runs would you hit in today's baseball? He's probably like, probably only 40 now. because the pitching's so good. He's all, no, I'm creeping up towards 60.
It is fun to be able to pick those calls too, because we talked about it a little bit on the program with Alexander Ovechkin and how Wayne Gretzky was following him around. And when Wayne Gretzky broke it years ago, Hull was following, or Bobby Orr was following him around, and not to do that, for some of these records, to be able to just say, no, Willie, stay home. Like, I will just get you when I get back.
So funny.
Is a super special one. Speaking of special ones, you're gonna have a good broadcast tonight. The pitching matchup is good, my friend. Brandon Walter looks like he can go. Tanner Gordon also on the bump. Talk to us a little bit about the matchup.
Can I tell one more story first before we do that?
Yeah,
please.
Okay, so 1982, Ricky Henderson is closing in on the single-season stolen base record.
Okay.
Right? It's before he became the all-time, and when he said, "I am the greatest" with Lou Brock there. But he's closing in on the single-season record, and he wants to do it at home. He doesn't want to do it in Milwaukee, right? He's from Oakland. He's playing for the Oakland A's. He wants to do it at the Oakland Coliseum. Final game of the homestand, he steals 4 bases in the game, so he's now 1 away from tying and 2 away from breaking. He's about to come up one more at bat in like the bottom of the 8th inning. But the dude in front of him gets on base. So he's blocking him.
Oh,
so of course,
funny.
Ricky still gets on base. And so Fred Stanley is at second. Ricky Henderson's at first. And Fred Stanley just decides, I'm going to get picked off on purpose to clear the way for Ricky. But the team they're playing, the Tigers are pissed. And they don't want to tag him, because they know what he's doing. So it became like this weird standoff where they finally did tag him. Sparky Anderson's yelling at Billy Martin. They're like MFing each other back and forth through the dugouts. The umpires are all upset. And so the umpires are upset too, right? They're thinking, oh, you're making a mockery of the game. So they did call Fred Stanley out. So now Ricky's got second base wide open. He takes off. If you ever watch the play, he's definitely safe. He's 100% safe. But the umpire is upset, calls him out. Ricky can't believe it. Billy Martin gets ejected. Between innings, Dwayne Murphy, his teammate, gets ejected. It's just anarchy at the Coliseum. Ricky never gets ejected, but he doesn't get another chance. He goes to Milwaukee. He ties it the next day. And the day after that, on my birthday, by the way, part of the reason why he's my favorite player, on my birthday, he sets the single-season stolen base record in Milwaukee.
That reminds me to hit you with a piece of trivia, Sushan, that I heard recently. What MLB slugger broke up 81 no-hitters by hitting a home run?
Ricky Henderson.
Because he had 81 leadoff home runs to start a game.
Including both games of a doubleheader once.
So sweet.
He's the best. He's just the best. Well, I can tell Ricky Henderson and Barry Bonds stories all day and never get tired of them.
Ricky is the best, not he is the best.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ricky be the best.
Yeah, Ricky be the best. The abuse, and Josh is a journalist. Josh writes for a living.
Correct.
And he's like, no, this is fine. The way that Ricky speaks is fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't upset me the way it would if Van or Fred did it. You're not fair to your friends sometimes, Josh. Only your heroes.
That's the way it should be.
Oh, God.
Mess with your friends, worship your heroes.
Yes. Give us something on the game tonight.
Okay, something that's on the game tonight. First, I'm going to tell you something about tomorrow's game.
Oh.
Lance McCullers Jr.'s.
Welcome back.
I know he's Van's favorite. Lance McCullers Jr. Is going to be on a rehab assignment tomorrow, and I'm told he's going to throw at least one fastball.
All right.
Instead of 36 curveballs in a row? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, that's what I'm referring to. As for tonight's game, Sam Hilliard's still 1 away from tying the AAA Albuquerque all-time home runs record. He's also 10 RBIs now away from the Isotopes all-time RBI record.
Who's got it? Jordan Pacheco?
Jordan Patterson.
Oh, I was close.
Jordan Patterson. You got half of it right.
All right.
But overall, the boys are swinging it, man. They've at least one homer in 8 straight games. They've hit 21 home runs in 12 games, which is the most in all of minor league baseball.
That's super sweet.
And they're doing it at sea level, right? I mean, we've played 6 games in Albuquerque and 6 games on the road at sea level. So yeah, half and half.
Are you talking about the C because you maybe today saw a torpedo bat and you're trying to make a transition?
I did not. That's the worst part about Zach Veen getting called up to the majors. Is he was our source to get torpedo bats.
He was the plug.
Yes, he was the plug, which has now been pulled.
We've talked about them too many times on the program, and they're my entire algorithm.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I see it all the time.
All the time. I want to touch one.
Saw an interview with Big Poppy today talking about torpedo bats.
Yeah.
And he was like, how many home runs do you think you'd hit with that torpedo bat? He said, I don't bleeping care. I can hit home runs with a bleeping toothpick.
Oh, gosh.
That's the most Big Poppy answer I've ever heard.
Really good baseball personality and really good baseball player. The perfect combination.
100% agree.
Yeah. You put really, like, there's a couple, I guess. I'm not trying to say any. But you don't find that combination other sports.
As much, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah. It's rare
For sure.
compared to the big personalities you find in baseball.
Yeah. Also, you can be a big personality baseball guy, not really be that great at baseball,
Sure.
but then you're a clubhouse guy.
You make a career out of it.
Yeah.
And then we celebrate you because you're the second greatest announcer of all time. Yes, I'm talking
Tim
about
McCarver.
Bob Uecker.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was a guy that played for the Cardinals for you. Josh, this is a fun one. You'll know this one. Steve Klein.
Oh yeah,
Steve Klein, the most middle-of-the-road dude in the game. Hilarious. Like, that's it. Like, you're cool. Every team wants you around. Josh, final words, brother?
He gone.
I think we already lost him. Van?
Have fun out there this weekend, would you? Go check out the United if you've never seen
Yeah, do
United
that.
play before.
I'm hosting Denim and Diamonds tomorrow night at the Sheraton for the Rio Grande Down Syndrome Network. Come with us. We do expect to set an all-time record for money raised for them.
Yeah.
We had $235,000 last weekend for the Boys and Girls Club. I do expect to be near that this weekend, so I'm super excited.
Incredible.
Isaiah, final words?
Nothing as cool as that, but the Lakers play at 8:30.
That's
like tune in.
Similar.
Join Zay on his Twitch stream.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you next week. Bookie.